Hey guys, today we're going to take the Tippman, the new M4 that just came out, and take the CO2 mag, run it through a couple mags maybe, get a feel for it. I got my buddy Braulio here who hasn't tried it yet, so we'll get his input. Then we're going to go through the conversion process of changing to the HPA setup, and then we'll try a couple mags on that as well and kind of get a feel for the difference, if it fixes some of the problems I had in the unboxing and the initial shooting, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so Braulio's going to shoot it to kind of get his feel for it. It's a good kick.
Dang, dude. Feels good. Oh, why is it?
That's when it starts running out of gas.
Yeah, you can see the bees just go.
So let's convert this thing to HPA. For that, we'll need a manual and a bag of tools.
So remove this screw. It's in there pretty tough, so gotta put some muscle to it.
So it's just a plug right now.
Yeah, it's just a plug.
So now you go in with this thing. Using your fingers, start threading the remote line until snug.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Alright.
Let's see.
I want to
take the unscrew off and then pull it out.
Yeah, that'd be cool if that just pops right out. Nice. You take this block out here, you'll do one Allen screw, take that out, but keep this piece from it, right? So remove that.
Yeah, you remove this piece, you
don't
toss
need that
that
anymore
for later usage if you want to convert back. And basically this sits in here, and then this plugs up the air from coming out from the two holes down here.
Yeah, you're basically trying to stop the supply where the CO2 would go into the system before. Now you're coming in a different way, so you want to plug up the way that the CO2 used to come in. So that sort of just plugs up the hole in a very overly complicated way. That's nice.
So it sits in there.
Alright,
So
so
you just close it back up.
hopefully we're
Put the Allen screw back in. Voila. HPA.
alright, let's try it out in HPA mode. Alright, so finally got this thing converted to HPA. Turned out to be a much bigger process than we thought. The original plan was to take the Polar Star rig and just plug it in and maybe up the pressure a little bit, but this gun requires about 300 psi coming into it. So we took off the old setup here with the low pressure regulator, this line, and got this Ninja, I believe, paintball regulator basically. So now it's finally shooting. Let's take it outside and you can see the recoil, if there's a difference in that, and just the operation with the new HPA setup. The HPA setup, we're going to try running a normal AG mag through it and see how it feeds and how the recoil feels with the HPA line. Gotta cock it, dude.
Oh, forgot about that. Fingers acting up again.
Yep.
I thought the view was going right.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was testing it in the CO2 mode also.
Oh. I think it's the selector switch that's messing with the trigger.
Is it doing on full auto?
Yeah, it's kind of no, full auto. Semi, it's like.
Alright. Hey guys, this is kind of an update to the whole gun situation. The last part of the video you saw was about a month ago, and we're having all sorts of trouble. First off, the main thing was the trigger was not resetting properly. and we thought maybe it was the rig or whatever, but we went back and changed it to CO2, and that problem has been consistently present with the gun since about the second magazine with the CO2. It would just not reset, you have to push it forward manually. We tried back CO2, tried the rig, tried going to a paintball store, contacting Tippman. At the end, Tippman told me they're going to send me a new trigger group, so they did. It's already in here. This is the old one out here. And that solved the issue right away, just dropping it in, that whole thing went away. The other problem I had was the gun was seized up, and I didn't realize this was a common thing. As you adjust the rate of fire, you could back the screw out too far. But anyway, after we got the trigger in, I was still having issues. The full auto is really finicky. Tippman did send it to me tuned for a full auto rate of fire, but it was so slow. It was probably like 5 rounds per second, so it was essentially useless because you could shoot faster on semi than the full auto setting it was on. So we did a ton of messing with it, and now finally, after probably a whole tank of air, we got it to the point where it's shooting a pretty decent rate of fire, at least faster than you can shoot semi-auto. All in all, the gun is really fun. I'm really looking forward to taking it out to a field and getting some gameplay footage. But it's very finicky, and it's first generation, so stuff like this trigger problem, you could expect that with it. So kind of deal with it at your own risk. I gotta say, Tippman has excellent customer service, both on the phone and email. They were very knowledgeable when they call them, and they're very responsive. They send me the replacement part all on the house. They really want to get this product out here and be a real competitor and offer something new and unique, and I really commend them for that. So hopefully they'll work out whatever little kinks there are, and they'll make new gun models based on the system, because it's a really cool system. And now this thing is working, it's kicking, the trigger response is phenomenal, the kick is really good. It probably doesn't translate as well into video as it actually feels in the hand. Each shot feels like it has a meaning behind it, versus something like a Polar Star or an AG. It's just, you know, you could just send a million of them down range and they all feel the same. So just keep that in mind when you're getting this gun. It's going to be very different from what you might be used to, and you're going to be a little patient with it, but hopefully, as I'll find out when I take it out to a field, all the trouble is going to be worth it when they get to the gameplay. I'm really excited, so stay tuned for the gameplay video. Check out all my other videos that related to this topic. Stay tuned, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.